Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the 2025 movement of our lunar nodes. Please remember that we are multi-streaming, so we are on 3 different platforms all at the same time: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Please forgive my tardiness. I was just preparing and lost track of time. But I do have a lot to talk to you guys about. I don't know about you guys, but like I'm tired of 2024 astrology. So I thought we would just, look at something exciting that's coming ahead and give us something exciting to look forward to, right? And of course, I am going to do a small pick a card at the end. I picked 3 groups, guys. So just pick your favorite number, 1, 2, or 3. But we're going to talk about the lunar nodes. I'm going to tell you what the lunar nodes are for those of you that may not know. And I'm going to discuss the transit that's happening on January 11th, where our north node is moving into Virgo and our south node is moving into, I'm sorry, our north node is moving into Pisces. Have mercy, Rosa. And our south node is moving into Virgo. Thank you, Sandra. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm actually going to go through all 12 signs, and I'm just going to give you a brief description of how that energy is going to impact you personally. This is going to be for rising signs only, rising signs only. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's get to it. So for those of you that don't know what lunar nodes are going to refer to the 2 points where the moon's orbit intersects what they call the ecliptic, or the apparent path that the sun takes across our sky. So that's how they come up with the 2 points, which is our north node and our south node. All right, so on January 11th, we have the north node leaving the sign of Aries. So everything has been very focused on the energy of I am. It's been very focused on the self. I think a lot of us went through lessons about people pleasing through this type of energy, right? And it's moving into Pisces because the nodes move backwards, or they move like in what they call retrograde motion. So going from Aries to Pisces. And then, of course, South Node is going to be what we're leaving behind, or traits that we may need to release, right? And that energy is moving from Libra into Virgo. So let's talk about what each one of those may mean. So for North Node and Pisces, this means that we're really going to be seeing everyone, because remember, this energy is going to affect everyone. It's the nodes, right? So what everybody's going to see is, instead of being focused on the self, or I am, or really taking like personal power back, this is going to be more towards spirituality, right? Pisces is more spirituality. People are going to be more focused on their creativity. Guys, give me just one moment. Just one moment. I'm sorry, guys. My apologies. Live tarot, you gotta love it. But okay, so as it moves into Pisces, people are going to be more focused on spirituality, creativity, this very spiritual energy. And then as the South Node moves into Virgo, this is the part I think we're going to really like, is we're really going to start dealing with how much we struggle with self-talk, or how hard we are on ourselves. Virgo is very like over analyzing type of energy. So it's like over critical type of energy. And this is energy we're going to be releasing, because that's going to be South Node, right? All right. So I'm going to go through all 12 signs. Let me pull my notes up. And I'm going to tell you, and these are rising signs. So get your charts out and find your rising signs. And I'm going to tell you how each node, or I'm sorry, how the transit of the nodes is going to affect each one. All right, so starting with Aries rising. How many of you in here are Aries rising? So for Aries rising, the North Node in Pisces will highlight your spiritual growth and inner journey. This is going to be a time to explore your intuition and creativity and let go of any rigid beliefs that need to always be in control. Embrace the flow of life and trust your instincts. That's going to be Aries rising. All right, so how's Taurus rising going to be affected by the nodes moving houses or moving signs? So Taurus, the North Node, in their social circles and friendships. This is going to be a really good opportunity for Tauruses to connect with like-minded individuals and engage in community service. So you want to release any fears of vulnerability and relationships and open your heart to new connections and shared dreams. All right, next is Gemini rising. Do we have any Gemini rising people in here? I feel like that's going to be one that is rare over here at POR. I'm a Cancer rising, Cancer rising. All right, we're almost there. Let me get back to it. All right, so Gemini rising, North Node emphasizes career and public life, and this is going to be a time to pursue your ambitions and compassion and creativity. You want to let go of any perfectionist tendencies that may hold you back, and you want to focus on how you can serve others through your work and express your unique talents. All right, here we go. Cancer rising. So I know there's a lot of Cancer risings in here. There's going to be a lot of Cancer rising and a lot of Scorpio rising. All right, so Cancer rising will experience the North Node in their higher education and travel sector. So this is going to be a great time to expand your horizons through learning and exploration. You want to release any fear of the unknown and embrace new experiences that enrich your understanding of the world. All right, next we have Leo rising. I feel like I'm going way too fast through all of these. This thing was supposed to last at least 10 minutes. Dina Brown says Pisces here. Michelle's Virgo rising. Diana, Scorpio rising. Sandra, Capricorn rising. All right, I'm going to go back. All right, so Leo rising is where we're at. So the North Node will influence shared resources and intimacy. This is a time to deepen your connections with others and explore emotional vulnerability. Let go of any fears surrounding intimacy or financial dependencies. Embrace trust and collaboration in your relationships. All right, here's another one that's popular. Virgo rising. Virgo rising will feel the impact in their partnerships. The North Node encourages you to embrace compassion and understanding in your relationships. You want to let go of any tendencies to overanalyze or criticize. Focus on building harmonious connections that nurture both you and your partner. All right, then we have Libra rising. So for Libra rising, the North Node highlights daily routines and health. This is going to be a time to embrace self-care and holistic wellness. Let go of any perfectionist habits that hinder your well-being. Focus on nurturing your body and mind through compassionate practices. All right, here it is, Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising will see the North Node influencing creativity and self-expression. This is a wonderful time to explore your artistic side and share your talents with the world. Release any fears of judgment or self-doubt and allow your creativity to flow freely and inspire others. All right, I feel like Scorpio rising, just because I've been studying so many of your chart, 2025 is going to be the year where you are like, you dive deep into purpose. All right, Sagittarius, like you make a commitment towards purpose. Sagittarius rising. For Sagittarius rising, the North Node emphasizes home and family. This is going to be a time to create a nurturing environment and explore your roots. You want to let go of any unhealthy family dynamics that weigh you down. Focus on building a supportive and loving home life. All right, next is Capricorn rising. Let me grab a drink of water, guys. Diana says, I'm good with that. All right, Capricorn rising. You will feel the North Node in your communication and learning sector. This is going to be a time to share your ideas and connect with others on a deeper level. You want to let go of fears of expressing yourself. You want to embrace curiosity and engage in meaningful conversations. Aquarius rising. For Aquarius rising, the North Node highlights finances and self worth. This is an opportunity to embrace your value and pursue financial independence. Let go of limiting beliefs about money or self worth. Focus on manifesting abundance and recognizing your unique path. And then lastly is going to be Pisces. So, Pisces rising will experience the North Node in their first house, emphasizing personal identity and self discovery. This is a time to embrace your true self and express your individuality. Let go of any fears of being seen or judged. Step into your power and shine brightly. All right, guys. So the nodes move on January 11th, and it is definitely a very transformative time. I like to call it a time of realignment because the nodes also represent our destiny, our fate. So if we have strayed off of our path, like I like to say, right, like the path that our soul chose to come down here and learn, then when we have these big node movements, which by the way, guys, the nodes move about 18 every 18 months. So when we have these big movements with the lunar nodes, then you can definitely experience what I like to call, realignment. And sometimes realignment is good, like we're ready for it and we're prepared and it's helpful. And sometimes realignment is shocking and we're like, what the heck? Where did this come from? What's happening? So it really just depends on, I guess, how disciplined you are in your awakening and your journey, how much work you've been doing, is how painful the realignment can be, right? I guess I shouldn't say painful. I should probably say like challenging. Challenging is a better word. All right, I am going to timestamp. So everybody pick their number, group 1, group 2, group 3. This is going to be easy cheesy, right? So the first card I'm going to look at is the North Node. I'm going to look at new Pisces energy that's coming in. Because remember, North Node is going to be moving into Pisces. So you're going to be seeing a lot of more Pisces energy, which again is more about spirituality. It's more about creativity. It's more about your dreams. It's that type of energy, right? So we're going to look at that. And then South Node is going to be the next card I pull out. And I'm going to look at the new Virgo energy that's being released. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that. It's not Virgo energy that's coming in because this is the South Node. So it's Virgo energy that's being released. And again, that could be like being overly critical with yourself or others. It could be over analyzing, like overthinking things, right? That could be something that's happening with South Node. And then I'm going to pull a guidance card for alignment, a guidance card for alignment. All right. And I got a last minute switch up. I was going to use magical times for guidance because I thought, it's magical times. But Spirit says we're going to use the magic of the unicorn. All right. I got a feeling 2025 is going to be a lot of magic of the unicorn because it's Christ consciousness, right? So like we're all having this spiritual awakening. We're all aligning to the Christ consciousness. So it's like I feel like we're going to be using a lot of those type of oracles. You're probably going to see a lot of other tarot readers, using those same type of oracles themselves. So yeah. All right, let me get the picture. We have picture. All right. So I'm going to timestamp. So for those that don't get to catch the live, guys, I do want to say all of the elements are posted: fire, water, earth, and air. Air has taken off a little bit. It's like it tried to catch the algorithm. But yeah, fire, water, and earth still need help over there. So if you guys missed them and haven't had a chance to watch them, please go do so. Please hit that thumbs up button and, maybe leave a comment or two, that might be a little helpful. I feel like this week I was just complaining how the marathon wasn't working. And then this week I could tell in the, like in the analytics, I can tell that it worked better this week than it has. So this is our third week trying it. So it's like, I got to keep going now because I got to see if, the more consistent, like the more I do it, is it gonna get better? So, yeah. Oh my gosh, Jenna, I'm so jelly. I made my chai tea for this. I ran out of tea, y'all. I've had this weird, I don't know. I'm going through menopause too. I'm 45. I'm going through menopause, and I feel like I lost a year. I kept telling people I was 44. I think I said I was 44 for 2 years straight, and then like a couple weeks ago, I was like, wait a minute, I'm 45. Have mercy. Anyway, so I don't. Do you guys have like the brain fog? Like I swear, I've needed trash bags for a week, and it's like I went to the store. I can't count the times, and it's like, how come I can't get the trash bags? I don't know what it is, and it's like definitely one of those. I don't like it, driving me crazy. But the tea, same thing with like the tea. There's like something I need. It's like I've needed it for a minute, and I'll go to the store, and it's like I got plenty of time. It's not very much. It's just tea or trash bags. You know what I mean? It's like I won't get it. I don't know. All right, so I get everything else but that. Those two things. Tina says, "Well, you look young." Oh, that's because in my picture, that is, they made filters, y'all. Don't you remember the filters? Have mercy. All right, here we go. Group one. Let's do 1722. So first card I'm looking at, I'm actually going to use the Inner Eye Oracle for the first two cards. So the North Node and the South Node. And then I will pull guidance for alignment because that's what's happening. Like, remember I said, we're going to be realigned. So how can we do this as peacefully as and less painfully as possible? So Inner Eye Oracle, North Node, Group 1, new Pisces energy coming in. This happens January 11th. I'm loving the date, 111. I've been seeing a lot of 111. All right, so I love it. Disingenuity comes out. I think I actually said that word right. I'm not even going to try to say it again. It's Seven of Spades, which is like Seven of Swords, which is like a little bit of like deceit energy. All right, so here's the thing with Pisces. Pisces can see right through you, right? Like Pisces is the house of God, right? Like the house of spirituality. It's Neptune. You know what I'm saying? Like Pisces can see through people, and so. I mean, I guess Scorpio kind of can. I mean, not really. Scorpio can see your darkness, right? Pisces literally can see through you, right? So it's like definitely giving this energy of like rose-colored glasses. So it's very possible, group one, that North Node is you're going to start to see people for who they are. And I'm just saying, if that's the case, um, some of us, like, we pray for this and we pray for it. We don't even realize we're praying for it. We'll ask for like God to remove people or whatever, like whatever things we don't need. And it's like all of a sudden we'll see people, we'll see things for like what they are. It's like the mask gets taken off. And I always tell people, it's like once you see it, like once you see through someone or you see someone's soul or like what their pain or like what their journey is like or what which way they're headed, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. It's like once you saw it, that's it. So group one, I feel like it's very possible you're gonna start to be able to see people for who they are. And it's possible too, that's like there's someone around you now. Because remember, think about this: North Node's in Aries right now. Right now, we're all really focused on ourselves. We're not really focused on others. So it's like it's very possible that like this energy could have come in and you, like I said, was focused on yourself and you didn't see them for what they were. Maybe they've had this mask on because the mask is definitely, sticking out. So it's like maybe they've had a mask covering who they really are, their deceit in some way. And it's like you get to see through it now. And intuition is going to be big. I mean, I feel like really all like spiritual abilities or spiritual tools or like spiritual gifts are going to be big because it's Pisces, North Node in Pisces. So it's like Pisces, again, the house of spirituality. So it's like everybody's, um, everything. Everybody is like spiritual, intuition, all that stuff is going to like heighten, right? All right, let's look at South Node for group one. So South Node is going to be, remember, this is what you're releasing. This is energy that's going into the past. And so this is going to be Virgo energy that's going into the past. All right, so we have the guide. It's King of Hearts. That's interesting because King of Hearts could translate to King of Cups, and King of Cups is going to be my clue card for our divine masculine energy. So that's pretty interesting. It's actually in reverse. Um, so the heart is what sticks out in this King of Hearts picture the most. And of course, in reverse, Virgo is very analytical, very logical. Like Virgo is very, let's think things through, right? So it's very possible that you're going to find yourself, if you chose group one, maybe you were, like I feel like you're going to find yourself going more towards compassion and empathy and maybe more towards the heart space, right? All right, Spencer got thirsty. Let's clarify a little bit. I pulled the Triple Goddess Tarot out. Hello, Sherry. Dina says, same, seeing a lot of synchronicities in general. All right, so let's look at what I think is rose-colored glasses coming off. It's like you're able to see through people's deceit or their fakeness, right? Two of Pentacles comes out. Two of Pentacles is like not enough of something. Ace of Pentacles comes out. Ace of Pentacles could be overflow of emotion. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. I feel like, so Ace of Cups can also be intuitive hits. So it's like if you can find your balance, as the North Node moves into Pisces, if you can stay calm, with the Two of Pentacles, you always see him like normally he's on one foot and he's trying to find his balance, and it's like he's trying to juggle these two pentacles, right? And the Triple Goddess Tarot, he actually is on solid ground, both feet, solid ground. So it's like if you can find solid ground, if you can calm yourself and find balance, if you can control like overflow of emotion and focus on your intuition, you're going to be able to see through people's fakeness. You're going to be able to see through people's inauthentic. I feel like I'm trying to make words up now. Someone's not being authentic, right? So it's like you're going to be able to see that. And I feel like this person could have like, it may be someone new. It may be like someone that kind of snuck in on you while you were focusing on your Aries house, right? Like while you were focusing on that energy. It's like Pisces energy is going to help you focus on your intuition. It's going to help you stay more grounded and calmer so that you can hear those intuitive hits as they come in. All right, so the guide came out in reverse, King of Hearts for South Node. I mean, I guess it's very possible some of you could be like disconnecting from divine masculine, especially if it's like a 3D authentic, that type of energy. You could be more connecting with inner masculine and feminine. I feel like a lot of us are starting to do that a lot more now. as we progress through this, this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. But I do think it's the overthinking. I think it's more about being in the heart space. All right, so Knight of Pentacles comes out. Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy. The Five of Cups is here. Five of Cups is loss. This is one of the most challenging loss or Five of Cups cards. And then Judgment, Scorpio energy comes out. So some of you strongly disconnecting from a masculine Scorpio. Four of Cups is on the bottom. Four of Cups says you now have all the ingredients. She's daydreaming. I think it's funny because people don't realize that you can manifest doing some of the most minimal things. I think we sometimes definitely overdo. And as the South Node is moving into Virgo, that's going to be something we're going to do away with. It's like, I love the journaling and I love the 369 and method. And there's all these different methods for manifesting. And I think they're all wonderful. They were great tools to learn as we were coming into our awakening. But what I've learned, I would say in 2024 is it's much easier than that. Like we have much more power in our mind than we understand. And this particular Four of Cups, which is about having all the ingredients you need to manifest what you want, this particular one, she's looking out the window and it talks about daydreaming, how just envisioning, like seeing it in your mind can bring in what it is that you want. So that's going to be bottom of the deck. Overall energy for group one. Who picked group one? Did anyone pick group one? I picked group one this time because I normally pick group three, and I did it last time too. I just didn't say anything. But in our pick cards, I always pick three, and the last two, this would be the last two times now, I've picked one. There's some delay with the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups when it comes to following purpose. Maybe you were thinking something, overthinking something, and it's like now, excuse me, have mercy. Now you're going to move more towards the heart space. Now you're going to get to work. You're going to stop crying over spilt milk. That's also what the Five of Cups means. And you're going to start following purpose. And if you picked group one, you could definitely have a strong Scorpio placement. Notice it's the only major arcana that came out, Judgment. All right, so here's the guidance for alignment for those of you that picked group one. We have Be a Beacon. I love it. The I Am Presence on the bottom, number 44. Expand your interstellar gateway. I am that I am. That's actually where the North Node is, and that's where it's moving out of. How interesting. All right, so the guidance for those of you that picked group one for when this January 11th nodal transit occurs and you begin to feel these new energies as you realign to your purpose, your destiny. You have Be a Beacon, be an inspiration, and light the way for others. Light the way for others. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Group one, it's beautiful. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly and we'll start group two. Let's see, any announcements while it's going through their Etsy shop readings. Etsy shop readings are going out. I will have more for you tomorrow morning. I feel like there was some that I was working on, and today was definitely one of those days that I feel like I just got hit and everything had to stop. So definitely not a lot turned out today, but tomorrow I should be able to finish. I want to say there's only two more left in the Etsy shop from the big day where they all came in at the same time. So almost caught up there. And then let's see what else. This weekend, guys, this weekend is my last weekend for one-on-ones because next weekend I'm going to be in Missouri with Sandra, right? So there will not be any one-on-ones next weekend. So I just want to let everybody know that. I still had several available. I normally have been doing them during the week, so I still had several available on Saturday and several available for Saturday. That's not true. Maybe one or two available for Sunday morning. I think Saturday was the big day. Let's see what else. Etsy shop does still have sale going on, so 33% sale going on. Bundle packages. Somebody asked me about the bundle packages. There are two bundle packages in the Etsy shop where if you buy both readings, you get 50% off your total. One of those is going to be the birth chart reading. So if you haven't had your birth chart read yet, um, and then it's connected with my new astrology listing called Show Me the Money. And that's where we look at your a couple different houses on your chart and show you like the best way to align with new finances or more finances, right? And then the other one is for those of you on a twin flame journey that are in separation because it's going to be current energy. And then, of course, the separation reading. So those are two bundle packages that are over in the Etsy shop. Buy one, get one, right? Yes, I am excited. We were talking about it today. Like I don't know. We can't wait to go. We're gonna try to leave Thursday evening. I'm one of those people that like I like driving during the day. I don't know. I just want to drive during the day. I'm blind and I want to be able to see the road and the cars and all the people. But it's very possible that we may come, Thursday evening. So I don't know, Sandra, but as it gets closer, I will of course tell you I love you. Thank you for loving me. But we're excited. We're excited. I feel like it's like much needed, much needed. It has been a summer full of a lot of hard work and a lot of hard lessons, right? All right, I'll stop talking. Group two. Let's wait for it. Even 33. So group two, we're gonna see how the lunar nodes shifting into Pisces and Virgo will affect you. And I am using the Inner Eye Oracle. And the first card I'm looking at is North Node. So I'm looking at new Pisces energy that's coming in for you, group two. Ooh, we have social engagement. Immediately I heard like minds, like minds. It's 10 of clubs, which is 10 of wands. 10 of wands is like feeling tired, exhausted. It's interesting because we were talking about Pisces energy. I can't remember which live it was. Maybe it was just the water signs the other day. I'm not sure. But we were talking about how Pisces can definitely, spend time on their own. Like they're okay spending time on their own. They're okay going out in nature, out in the woods, hiking on their own. It's like they don't have to have a lot of people around them. We like to think that Scorpio is that way, right? Like the dark, mysterious, secretive, but really it is more Pisces. Scorpio is that way at night. It seems like during the day they definitely like being in the spotlight. And then at night is like when they can be more on their own. But Pisces all the time on their own, in a group, in a small group, in a large group, it doesn't really matter. I feel like Pisces definitely likes on their own more so. than the larger group, I would say, right? So I'm kind of hearing like minds. And I'm also hearing like there could be like a cleansing of inner circle. So for those of you that picked group two, especially if you have a large social, you know, group around you, you could definitely be doing a cleansing of that inner circle. All right, let's pull South Node. And South Node, we're looking at new Virgo energy being released. New Virgo energy being released. So misfortune comes out, and it's going to be Ten of Swords. Look at the tens. So for those of you that picked group two, okay, you know how I was talking at the beginning about um, when the nodes move, it's a time of realignment. Like I talk about how our soul has a journey and lessons it wanted to learn on this journey, and sometimes we stray off the journey. Sometimes people call those mistakes. I don't really like to call those mistakes. I like to call them delays because we had to learn something that made us, wiser than we were, stronger than we were, braver, right? So when we have these nodal transits, it's definitely these times where we could feel like spirit just kind of plucks us from wherever we've strayed off the path and just kind of realigns us. And of course, the more we've strayed, the more challenging and sometimes painful that can feel. For group one, it definitely gave more of a vibe of you've been working on your spiritual healing. You've been really dedicated to your spiritual growth, to your growth in all aspects, really. And so the alignment didn't seem as challenging. Clearly, we can see for those of you that picked group two, this is much more challenging energy. The misfortune card comes out for Pete saying, so this is what you're releasing. So it does tell me that you could have definitely struggled with some misfortune when it comes to like your social groups, like friends, family, something like that. And I feel like that's not really, I don't know, it's not really shocking because of everything, all the energies that we've been like experiencing in the last few weeks, right? So I feel like that's kind of a lot of people are experiencing this energy. But what I'm getting is that it's at some completion. It's at some completion. So it's like when the nodes change, you're definitely going to be doing a inner circle cleansing. You're really removing any energy that is not aligned with you. It's not aligned with you. Rest is on the bottom. I feel like a lot of times we're talking about needing to remove energies that are not aligned with us, and it's like we I don't know. A lot of times I feel like we could translate that into something that's much more than it actually is. Um, like let's say I'm talking about a person, right? And I'm like, you need to remove the energy that's not aligned with you. And then in your mind, you're like, oh, well, Rosa said I'm supposed to break up with this person. Or Rosa said we can't be friends no more. Or you see what I'm trying to say? And that's not what I said. What I said was you have to remove the energy that is no longer aligned to you. So let's say there's a person and they have some energy that's not aligned to you. So what would you do? Do you just, stop talking to them and, drop them and run? Some people do. Some people do. I feel like some people have had such hard lessons in life that that's where they're at. But we're supposed to be actually loving people unconditionally. I know, right? Little shocker sometimes. And now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to put up with people's crap. That you're not supposed to have any boundaries, and that people are just supposed to walk on you. I'm not saying that at all. The whole point is to have boundaries. The whole point is to enforce the boundaries. So now let's say you're in a relationship and this person has energy that is not aligned to you. And you're like, I can't take this energy with me, right? So you set a boundary and you enforce that boundary. And I don't know what it is. Let's say the person is, um, I don't know, negative Nancy, right? Like always telling you, I don't know, like being more on the negative side than positive side of things. I mean, you can encourage them to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. You can enforce a boundary where you say, I'm not going to sit here and have this conversation. I'm not going to listen to your negativity. I'm going to go find something positive to do with my time. Um, I'm trying to just point out that like there's other options than people's mind that goes to like the worst case scenario or like the worst thing possible. Here's what I know. When you love people, it's really hard to walk away from them. It's very challenging. When you're on a specific like when you're on an awakening journey, when you're following purpose, it's almost like spirit does it for you. It's almost like you experience tower moments where spirit does it for you because you cling on to the people for so long when you know that they were so toxic that they didn't respect your boundaries, they didn't respect you, they didn't see you as worthy or valuable. They only took and used and abused from you. Like those kind of types of people, like spirit is going to remove them. You won't even have to do like tower moments will happen. So it's like I feel like a lot of times we listen to these tarot readings and we think that it's saying, "Oh my gosh, I need to leave someone or I need to break up with someone." Unless you're seeing like a lot of towers, that's not what spirit's telling you. Spirit's telling you that you need to heal something in that situation. And most time it's just having a boundary. It's respecting yourself enough to enforce the boundary. That's it. So I just wanted to say that before we go any further, because I got a feeling um, group two, there's definitely some inner circle cleansing that needs to happen, and there's some boundaries that need to be enforced. All right, so triple goddess tarot. Let's look at social engagement. Seven of Swords comes out. Seven of Swords is the same card we saw earlier. It's that trickery, deceit type of energy. We do have Sagittarius coming out. It's the Temperance card. And then we also have the Ten of Cups coming out. So right now we have Ten of Wands, which is Ten of Clubs, Ten of Swords, which is the Ten of Spades, and Ten of Cups. So the only one we're missing is the Ten of Pentacles. That's going to represent something. That's going to mean something. And Ten of Pentacles is like goals and achievements. So if you picked group two and you're like, you know, I don't know what's holding me back. I don't know why I can't get to what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Like minds. You need like minds. You need people that will support and encourage you, not bring negativity, not bring envy and deceit and jealousy and, stuff like that. All right, let's look at the misfortune card. So this is actually South Node, new Virgo energy being released. This could definitely be like overthinking, over worrying. I think it's definitely like over worrying, right? Like you see the volcano erupting, and the first thing we do is go, "Oh my gosh," right? It's definitely giving tower moment energy, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a tower card. Um, but what I want to say is that it's being released. It's being released. So like whatever this is, it's like it needed to be released so that you would be able to go after the things that you desire or you want. And for some of you, I just want to point out the Ten of Cups is also happy home, happy family. That could be what you're desiring. That could be what you want. That could be what you're trying to go after. You could have people in your friend circle that are just I don't know. Don't need to be there. All right, so Seven of Wands comes out and it talks about having healthy boundaries, protecting yourself. We do see a Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles is like a new offer. In this particular Page of Pentacles, she has this magnifying glass out and it's about reading the fine print. Like before you sign on to a new thing, reading the fine print. And then we have the Magician coming out, the Magician. So the Magician and Triple Goddess Tarot, it's not just about using all the elements to create what it is that you're trying to bring in. It's also about all of the work, all of the study, all of the information that you've gathered from each area. On the bottom, we have Capricorn energy. It's the crone. It's not called the devil in Triple Goddess Tarot. It's called the crone, and it talks about gaining wisdom and overcoming something. So if I'm talking to group 2, I feel like you've went through a lot of learning, a lot of gaining wisdom through your spiritual awakening. You could have broken some ties already because I see that red cord laying out in the yard. And if not, then like that's what you're doing right now. As this transit happens, you're definitely going to be cleansing inner circle, protecting yourself, enforcing healthier boundaries. But it's like you're really going to start to see people for what they are. I think that's what this Page of Pentacles and the Magician, like looking at the fine print, you're really going to start to be able to see people for who they are. That's the lesson that you're going to have, that you will have gained. All right, let's pull some guidance. Guidance for alignment for those of you that chose group 2. I'm definitely not loving the number synchronicity, the 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right, it's number 21, Magical Crystal Cave. Switch on your inner light. Bring forward your gifts. Look at that. And I talked about that. Like there's this energy of gaining wisdom, knowledge in all the different elements. The Magician is like she uses all the elements to create what she wants, to manifest what she wants. It's definitely the as above, so below card, right? Open to abundance is next. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Group 2. A little more challenging, I would say, definitely, than group 1, but a much bigger outcome, I would say. All right, I'm going to clean up really quickly, and then we're going to do group 3. Some Capricorn energy with group 2, Virgo. Really Mercury, so I mean, there could be some Gemini in there as well. Who said both my parents were Pisces? And I can't scroll up to go see it. It won't let me. Michelle says, I chose this one and it gave me a shiver. Says it made sense where my life is going. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That one was a little more challenging, I would say. Group 1 was the easiest so far. All right, so this is group 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot the video. Sandra, it was you, both your parents. I remember you telling me that now. How cool is that, though, right? I've been doing a lot of lunar codes. And lunar code is another reading I have in my Etsy shop, you guys, and it's where um it does like it tells you about your moon sign, and then I give you a compatibility chart. Like I tell you what your compatibility is with the other 12 signs, moon signs, right? Um, I've been doing a lot where they're the same, like Cancer, Sagittarius. Um, I don't think I've done any Pisces recently, but yeah, like it's been interesting how many are people are asking about like people that have the same signs. You're probably talking sun sign though, weren't you? The lunar code is when we look at moon signs. So Pisces, were they like creative people? Really creative people? Pisces are really creative. They're very spiritual people. Um, maybe even mysterious. Maybe even I wouldn't say secretive. That's more Scorpio. But Pisces definitely mysterious. Sandra picked group 3. All right, 51, 53 because I seen it. All right, group 3. So this is how the January 11th North Node and South Node transit into Pisces and Virgo will affect you personally. And I'm going to start out with Inner Eye Oracle. We have the Worries card coming out. It's going to be Nine of Spades, which is going to be Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is about anxieties, trauma, depression, the PTSD, all of that energy. So if I'm looking at new Pisces energy that's coming in that deals with worries, I'm feeling like this is about you building your faith. There's this little mirror I have that has a saying on it that says, your faith has to be bigger than your fear. Your faith has to be bigger than your fear. So new Pisces energy coming in is going to be for those of you that chose group 3. You probably already over worry. You're probably anxious all the time already, and definitely could be processing some trauma. Maybe you're doing shadow work. But I feel like as this transit happens, your faith is going to grow. Your faith in source, your faith in God, and when that happens, when your faith overcomes your fears, right, then you release all of these worries, all of this anxious energy. I feel like I kind of experienced this energy. It's funny because I really didn't pick group 3 this time. I picked group 1. It's so cool, right? But I feel like I kind of already experienced this, and this happened to me when I had Kundalini activation. And I've been studying about my Kundalini activation, guys. I think I had what they call spontaneous Kundalini. And it tends to happen when there's like some shocking revelation in your journey. And that's actually what happened last summer. So I feel like that could be like why my Kundalini activation was so, whatever. But anyway, I feel like ever since then, my faith has grown so strongly in my journey and my awakening and the type of journey that I'm on, in my relationship with God, with Source, right? that I hardly struggle with anxiety. I mean, it's rare, and I feel like I get tested all the time. I'm being tested right now, let me tell y'all. But it's like I don't know. I just have faith, and it just doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. Um, but let me tell you, I used to have so much anxiety. I felt like I was um I don't know, I was just always in fear. I was always in fear. I always had what I would call the inside shakes. You guys know what I'm talking about? You ever experienced the inside shakes? Like on the exterior, I could look like I was strong and confident, but in the inside, I had the inside like tremors, like the inside shakes. I don't have those anymore, like ever. It just doesn't happen anymore. I drive over bridges now. Do you guys remember I used to be scared to drive over bridges? No, I can drive over bridges that have like people they're working on it. There's construction workers. People are I'm telling you, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the faith. The faith grew so much in this journey and this awakening that I just honestly don't experience that very much. So I feel like those of you that picked group 3, this could be happening to you as the North Node moves into Pisces. All right, let's look at South Node. What new Virgo energy is being released? All right, the authority figure. That's interesting because Virgo is definitely an energy of control. Um, on the bottom is the pragmatist, which is also like someone who's practical. Again, more Virgo energy. Excuse me. I don't know why my throat is giving me so much hassle today. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be the control. That's what you're releasing with South Node. So that means that if you picked group 3, that control has been a big issue for you in probably several different areas or aspects of your life. All right. So let's pull a little tarot. That's interesting. I just got a little bit of a message, and tell me if this resonates. Like, tell me in the comments. I want to know. Spirit just told me that it's possible that some of us, we worry, like over worry, because we think that we're controlling a situation by constantly worrying about it. Well, we're not. I'm just saying. But yeah. All right, so here we go. Triple Goddess Tarot, the 9 of Spades, the Worries card. So have mercy. The 2 of Swords comes out. Two of Swords is about feeling stuck, not sure what the next step is, or not sure like which direction to go, which way to move. 2 of Swords is also an energy of feeling like there's something blocking your senses, like you're not able to understand that the water is shallow, you're not going to drown, you're not able to see that things are closer than you think they are, or things are more solid than they appear. All right, so the Strength card coming out. Leo energy. It's actually called the Healer. It's definitely giving like strong Pisces vibes. You see like the sunlight coming out of the clouds, and there's like these little, it looks like little white butterflies or fairies, something flying around. There's a wolf, and he's laying down, and he looks like he's injured, and she has her arms out over him like she's healing him. But it definitely gives like very Pisces spiritual type of vibe. And then the 6 of Cups is here. 6 of Cups could be reunion for some of you, coming back around to something. For some of you, this could be saying that this Pisces transit is going to be a spiritual gift to you, a way to help you get unstuck. I feel like I just told you If you're wondering, like, how is that possible? What does that mean? The story, the example, like when I talked to you about my Kundalini activation last summer. So it's like how it happened, like almost instantaneously for me. For those of you that pick group three, it's very possible that that's what you're going to experience as the North Node moves into Pisces. All right, the authority figure. So this is definitely about control. It came out in reverse. So it's like new Virgo energy that's being released is you most likely feel like you have to have control in a lot of situations. I know I do. And Spirit has definitely been teaching me about going with the flow. And a lot of times too, here's what I've learned with this whole go with the flow lessons. A lot of times I think something's going to be worse than it is, or it's going to be harder than it is. And when I surrender and just go with the flow, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I feel like that happens a lot. All right, so Knight of Cups, this could have something to do with a person, people, how you express your feelings or emotions. But I feel like it's people. And then Page of Cups is here. Page of Cups is like the I'm sorry card. It's forgiveness. It's talking about a slippery situation. And then we have the King of Swords. King of Swords is about vulnerability, authenticity. And the Triple Goddess Tarot, it's about mentorship. It's about telling people the truth. Ace of Pentacles is on the bottom. This Ace of Pentacles, so it's like new offer, new beginning, new journey, but you can see that all the vines are covering it. So it's like it's going to take work. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. The control issue could be a generational, like a you learned it. It's a generational curse, right? It's like something your family has struggled with, and you can see it. Like you can look back at ancestors, parents, grandparents, great grandparents, and you can see the control issue. You can see how maybe something about telling people how they feel or how you feel um, has kind of been something that I don't know, has had a grip on ancestral vibes. So it's like on your entire family. And I say that because it's Page of Cups in the Triple Goddess Tarot. It's not the card. Normally, when we see this Page of Cups, there's a fish, right? And the fish is in the cup and it's jumping out of the cup and it says, oh, there's a slippery situation. This is an octopus and it has a strong grip on the cup. So it's like this energy that needs to be forgiven or let go of or released. Definitely like past connection here, like ancestral, learned behavior, that type of thing. It's like that needs to be forgiven, that needs to be released. The Nine of Cups is throwing me off. It could have something to do with love. It could have something to do with like how you speak to people that you love. It could have something to do with how you show people your love. Or even how you can control someone showing you their love. It could definitely be the other way around as well. All right. Guidance for alignment. Guidance for alignment. For group three, look at this. Soul healing. Big confirmation. Align with your essence. See your true colors. Ascension flames is on the bottom. Merge with light and ignite keys and codes. There's definitely, I feel like for those of you that picked group three, most likely have been feeling a lot of stuck energy, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. It could have even have like this feeling of I know for me, it was like a feeling of a buildup. And then there was like this huge moment in my journey. And then I don't know. It was like I just released it. I released it, and my faith grew, and my faith continues to grow every day. And I think even stronger and faster because I don't deal with the anxiety or I don't deal with the depression the way I'm not trying to say, here's the thing, anxiety, all PTSD, all these types of things, like there's something has happened, and you can take action to relieve those energies to a point that they're even gone. Okay. Depression is a whole different monster. Okay, that's a whole different monster. And I don't ever want anybody to think that I'm coming out here and saying, oh, depression's not real, or you can't control it. Nothing like that. But here's what I've learned about depression, and this is coming up strongly in group 3. So this is why I'm talking about it. In my journey, ready? The reason I think that depression does not have the hold on me that it used to is definitely going to be because my faith has overcome my fears. What happened is when depression, I always talk about, me and Sandra talk about it because there's that song that we love, right? Um, Dang it, I can't remember it now right off the top of my head. It happens every time. But anyway, there's this song that we listen to, and there's this part in it where it talks about, depression being this old friend, that this dark cloud that always comes around. So here's the thing. In my awakening, because I've went through this spiritual awakening, because I've learned spiritual healing practices, because I implement those spiritual healing practices, depression does not attack me in the way that it used to. Now, does that mean that my life is easy, cheesy, hunky dory, and nothing ever goes wrong, and I never experience moments of depression? Well, of course not. That would be insane to say, right? Of course, there's still like times of challenges, and there's still times where depression does try to come knock on my door. I just know how to not open the door. You see what I mean? Like, I just know how to push that energy back. I know what my spiritual practice are, what my healing practices are, what my self-care practices are, right? That I need to implement and enforce when I feel that heavier energy trying to come in, right? It's like I know how to do those things to push that energy back. So just wanted to point that out. Anyway, all right, group 3. I hope that was helpful. The sound of silence. That is it, Sandra. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in here, hanging out with me. I want to mention that tomorrow is going to be the 15th. November 15th is the Taurus full moon. This is one of the more challenging moons. I feel like that we have experienced. I do feel that this moon has, strong correlations to our security and our foundations. And so a lot of us are experiencing some powerful full moon energies. And so I am considering coming back tomorrow night for some Taurus full moon readings. Full moon readings. I do feel like this is probably going to be my last chance, other than Sunday night's Love and Astrology, to do some free readings before we go to Sandra's to Missouri. So I feel like we're definitely starting to run out of days. We're definitely getting closer to time to go. I'm super excited and ready. So yes, if you see me post for full moon readings tomorrow night, make sure to come back and join me. And then Sunday night for sure, we'll talk love and astrology. I am going to try to get all readings out the week that I go to Sandra's. So we should still have, all, Sunday night, love and astrology. We'll do our elements, fire, water, earth, and air on Tuesday. I'll do the little marathon, right? And then I believe Thursday morning, I'll post some type of pick a card or all 12 signs. Maybe we'll do an all 12 signs for the weekend. I think that's what I want to do. And then after that, I will be headed out to Sandra's, and I won't be back until Sunday night. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be ready to do a live Sunday night when I get back or not. That's definitely going to have to be a wait and see. How long is the road trip? Do we have any traffic trouble, anything like that? I don't believe I'm going to post it until I do get back. Just that way I don't feel like I have to rush or I have to do it or anything like that. If for some reason Sunday Night Live does not happen because I am enjoying my time with Sandra too much, we will just do it on Monday night. I promise. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you so very much. And I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.